again. Sun visor. I've been working again. I've not had any time to come on here and do any videos or to do anything spectacular, but I just decided I'm just gonna do this way because it was so much easier. So, not that I don't like editing videos, because I do, but I've just not had time. I've not had time for anything like that. I wanted you guys to see the beauty of this area. This morning, the sunrise, it's so beautiful. It's awe-inspiring to me. Got a sunburn from yesterday. So I started a different job and I really, really like it. The other job had dwindled up, I should say, to like 14 hours a day, open to close. I don't want to go on about that. I wanted to come on here and ask you guys if you have noticed an uptick in world events, everything that's going on. It's wild. I don't know about you guys, but it's hard to believe that this biblical stuff is actually happening like right in front of our faces. But it is. And, it's time to give an ear to what the Bible has to say about all of these things. I don't want to get into specifics because it's just too difficult to do when you don't have a Bible right in front of you. But, you don't really need that to look at what's going on with all the nations in struggle and trauma right now. It's pretty bad. Anyway, it's a very sobering thing to see all this stuff happening. So when it all kind of began to click it up a notch, I decided to get my focus sharpened on God and what He's doing, because I don't want to be caught in the middle of some kind of a sin in my life or whatever when all of this comes to a head, and it will. There is no going back. I knew since 2010, I guess, that it was spiraling, like it was really starting to increase. I'm trying to think of the words. It was really just beginning to spiral out of control, although it's not out of God's control, but it is out of man's control. And it's just, anyway, which ever since I was a child, like, I knew that I was going to live in these times. I didn't know how these times would be defined, but I did know I was going to live in these times. Because, I don't know, it seemed like God had given me like a heightened focus on the world leaders and what they were doing and everything. And it was always so depressing. But, I was too immature to really understand it all. But one way that you can tell that God is speaking to you is that you have mature thoughts going through your mind that you're not mature enough to form, or you find yourself understanding things that honestly with your experience you shouldn't be able to understand, and that's because it's not you, it's Him. People struggle with being able to hear from God, and that's one of the ways that you can hear from God that you can know you're hearing from God, is that it's not your thoughts, it's not your maturity level, it's not your experience level when it comes to just about anything, really. It could, He helps me with my plants, He helped me with my children. That was the biggest thing. He helped me raise my children because I didn't know how. I was raised in a very dysfunctional family, and He helped me raise my sons, and they're doing very well. I've been wrapped up in the grandbabies, which I'm hoping to get 2 of them this evening to stay the night. But yeah, I mean, God helps me with that. He helped me with the trucking thing. He just helps me. But one of the ways, though, that, like I said, I began to recognize his voice was that the thoughts and everything in my mind had nothing to do with my experience level or my education level or my maturity level. It was beyond me. So that's one of the things you can look for if you are struggling to hear from God. Just be sure, well, how can you be sure, right, without experience? Just be careful that who you are actually hearing from is God, because the enemy can speak to you as well, and his intentions are never good or righteous or anything like that. So I didn't know what I was going to talk about when I came on here, but I do know I'm going to talk about things, and I'm going to try to get back on here. My channel and my subscribers and my patrons, which I don't have patrons now because I didn't want to keep any patrons once I started working full time, because I felt it just feels, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. With everybody struggling to pay for groceries and everything. But every night that I actually obey my calendar command to pray, I pray for my patrons and subscribers, and that my channel would be a blessing and somehow bring all of you closer to God and closer to knowing about Him, because that's really ultimately what everything is all about. I mean, that's what we're here for. It's good to enjoy things of life and everything like that, but if you don't spend your time getting to know God, I mean, this is your opportunity. So you need to take that opportunity and do that. So I pray about that, and I've been asking God, like, what do I put on my channel? Because I don't have time to run around and do hikes and stuff like that right now. I just don't. So I'm just going to get on here and talk, and whoever wants to listen can listen. And I certainly have a long enough drive to work to do that. So anyway, I guess I'm going to get off here though, and wish you all a good morning, and focus and concentrate on driving. People want to try to race down through here. I don't want to race. I just want to get ahead of you and like get on. That is racing, actually. I just want to get ahead of you and get on the slow side of the road or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll try to make a greater effort to come on here and run my mouth and stir up some thoughts and critical thinking, and hopefully some prayers for sure within you guys. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, subscribe and hit the like button and leave a comment. Let me tell you something. I want to hear what you have to say, unless you're cussing, putting somebody down, or basically stirring up crap. I want to hear what you have to say, because what you have to say is very important. It's very important. The more voices we have speaking, the better off we will be. So you guys have a blessed day. Sunday, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, guys. I'll talk to you soon.